Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video I'm going to be claiming S-Class Pete. I did get 1,000 keys in my inbox from Onslaught rewards. I don't think my faction came in that position though, because both of my regions got that, and I'm pretty sure my faction didn't come in that position. There was a position, I think it might have been like 11th, where you got 1,000 blue keys, and then it was like 5-star tokens from 10th to 6th, and then it was Wang Fa cards from 5th to 1st. I'm not 100% certain of the placing, but it was basically Wang Fa cards at the top, then it went 5-star tokens, and then randomly there was a 1k S-Class Pete keys, which didn't make much sense, and it seems like they may have just dished out these keys to everybody. Do tell me if you got these keys too. Otherwise, my faction did come in that, that spot in both regions, which is actually pretty decent, I guess. So I just received the 1,000 keys, and that means I get Pete, amazingly. That means I get Pete. Oh, I should have just clicked it. There he is, S-Class Pete. I fortunately wasn't, super close to him, so that 1,000 did count for quite a lot. And he's straight up an S-Class, as you guys know. He's straight up an S-Class. He's going to be my first alert S-Class that needs gear, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. If it was a tough character, it'd be a struggle, because I'm actually working towards Wang Fa. I've got like 90% of Princess already, and I've already got Priya, so the gear is going to be hard with the tough characters. But we're going to just claim Pete because we can. He's just going to come straight out as an S-Class. Easy as that. I didn't work too hard for Pete, if I'm honest. I didn't work too hard for him. I didn't focus him because, as I've said on my live streams, and as I've said on my, on videos in the past, I'm mainly going to focus attack teams initially, then go on to defense teams. Rather than push Pete, I was just going to let it happen when it happens. And I did claim a couple of like 30 crates because I didn't have anything to claim from those. For instance, before Wang Fa went in there, I was claiming Pete keys. I got a few hundred from that probably. I didn't do any torch roadmaps, so it was pretty good. I got a lot from War. I think I did claim one collection, which I got 1,100 of him because I didn't want any of the other characters at the time. Again, like I say, Wang Fa was not in there. So I'm happy enough to get Pete. So Pete will go on my defense team, and now I have a full S-Class defense team on this region. I've just got to get leveling on these characters. It is really slow. I'm not really pushing it with characters too much. The first tier is okay, but after that, I'm basically, relying on You Got Luckies to really get it done, just because it is monstrous otherwise. So for the time being, this is probably going to be my defense until I get some other nice characters. Probably Princess would slot in here instead of Krista once I get a hold of her. I do not use Krista on attack at the moment. As you can see, she's massively defensive. So in terms of his mods, I'm going to go with defense set, and I'm going to go the HP mods. Because he's got a HP weapon and he's going to get defense from the leader, he just needs a boost in both of them rather than a particular one. I'll of course give him defense against tough. I will have to max one of these mods out. I'll go for the one that obviously gets the best percentage. And when it comes to the resist, if you've got stun resist, it's probably the way to go. I'd probably double down on resist on Pete, just because he can be heavily controlled if you want to protect his active, so he does actives more. Obviously Daze resist is quite important. However, I think Daze is just so easy to do with Priya, sometimes it's not worth trying to protect him on that. Unfortunate that I have got a max taunt resist mod, so I'm going to just slap that straight on him. Taunt is going to be pretty dangerous going forwards. Princess attack teams, I think that's going to be something we're going to see much more often. For the auxiliary slot, I'm going to go with Reflect, just because I find that quite frustrating when I come up against Pete myself in terms of the amount of Reflect damage he can dish out based on, getting rushed by Priya. It can be pretty handy. And the last resist for now, I'll go with Confused, but I probably would go with Stun if I actually had a leftover gold stun. I've used all my mods again, even this soon, just because of arenas just needing mods pretty much. If you're going to go in on endurance, Champions Arena, you kind of have to mod your people up. But something like this wouldn't be too bad for Pete, and if I just equip those and see what sort of stats he's at now. He's at 4.5k, and that's kind of what we want. We want a nice balance between the two. And he's only tier 1 level 1. We're going to be able to get him up to easy, I'd say 6.5k on each stat. Lots and lots of stats on him without a problem. Once his weapon's fully upgraded, once he's upgraded to tier 4, he's going to be, obviously much more tanky. Now, he will upgrade his rush, and I just want to show this. I did talk about this in my last video about Survivors Club, in terms of having a massive roster can be very hard to get trainers. So I mean, some people might already know this. If you go down to the rarity drop down, you click persona twice, your trainers just come up on this side. Basically, it's much easier to get to them than having to scroll through your massive roster. If you've got a big roster, it can be very frustrating. And so we're going to upgrade. I think he's one of the characters that's actually pretty decent to upgrade his active as well. So I'm going to do that. And he's going to need a couple more active trainers. Sorry, a couple of more adrenaline rush trainers. I might have. There we go. We got one Aiden, so I might have to unlock some Liliths. Okay, so we've got 2 more Liliths here, and that should be his rush maxed. And we can take him out on a whirl just to show you what he's like. I guess most people know what Pete's like, so not that much of a big deal. So we'll just come up against a very, very basic team, and you just saw all the bonus HP. And it's based on the character's base HP. So the more base HP they have, the more bonus HP they get. Obviously, it's percentage based. And we're just going to... I guess he's going to do reasonable damage. There we go. He did more damage than a 6-star damage dealer. But he's not really here for the damage. He's here for sort of, I guess you'd say, safety. He's here for safety. In that he's going to get like right now he's impaired, but that's not too much of a problem. If my characters do get hurt, which this is undoubtedly going to happen, yeah, of course that's who you should attack. Definitely who you should attack. Okay, so I'm gonna try and let people get some damage. Oh, here it comes. There we go. And now I can just do my active. It's as simple as that. I wouldn't necessarily use him on an attack team. I think that he could be good in bleed teams, but I don't think he's going to be like super needed on an attack team like in general. But he's not terrible. But I just don't. I think he's generally going to be a missing slot unless you're just using him as a safety net. And this little team, very offensive. I've got like 4 classified 4 damage dealers here. I wouldn't necessarily run this team. This is just a quick team I put together in a friendly duel. It isn't too bad. Let's see. He's still impaired. He's still impaired. So yeah, on attack you probably want to mod him slightly differently, but I modded him for defense because that's where I'm mainly going to use him. So yeah, that's the end of the raid. Oh no. Block. So when it comes to Pete's weapon, I'm probably not going to replace the bonus HP in the 3rd slot because of the new armory. If I upgrade this with just normal stats, I'll probably get it to 40% HP and huge AP on attack. And then I can decide, hey, get it to 5-star. I can get a stun gun to 5-star and I can swap it into his hands as and when I need it. That 3rd slot, as much as I don't think it's great on a defense team, it could be good on road maps. It's going to be good on SR. You know, that's actually a pretty decent special to take on SR and road maps, just based on the fact that, you know, you're going to get a bit more HP, especially on SR. You're just going to buff up people, effectively a shield just for that wave, and that's going to be pretty useful. In terms of this weapon I'm probably going to use on Pete, it will probably be this nice focus stun that I managed to get. I'm going for 35% defense. Hopefully I can get that. Getting very large isn't great, but that isn't that much of a difference. The 35% defense is where I definitely want the crit. The focus stun is nice. Obviously, if that gets procced, even if it gets resisted, the stun, it will still make the focus happen, and that's really useful for Pete. That means he can't get confused or taunted. So then I could decide, hey, I don't want to actually go with those resists because he can't have them happen anymore when that happens. So stun resist will be even more important. Maybe impair resist, maybe daze resist. We'll have to think about it once I get him maxed out. Now when it comes to the 4th slot for Pete, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. I do not like this top crit, the cleanse, because I think it does actually make trauma happen. I would assume it does because it makes sense that it would make trauma happen. However, I do like some of these success results, not the crit results, but the success results, like reducing incoming damage, reducing critical hit damage, reducing rush damage. These seem kind of interesting. So it's actually one of the few characters that I wouldn't be too upset about getting a non-critical. Some of the other crits are nice here in resistance. There is also quite a nice one at the top of team player, which is I think every other character by 10% defense for every alert character on the defense team, because then if you've got 5 alert characters, everyone would have 50% defense every turn. turns, so that's huge. You could also make him a little bit offensive as well, where he has give 15% attack and 35 crit to all adjacent teammates. That could be kind of good, because even though he's a defensive leader, then he's giving 15% and 35 crit as well. So all of those, you know, he becomes like a really good all-round leader at that point. So definitely something to think on when it comes to his 4th slot. But all in all, I'm really happy to get Pete finally on my roster. I might come back and do a revisit video for Pete in terms of how to build him, that sort of thing. This is just a basic quick look at the sort of build you can put together just from getting him into my roster. So did you manage to claim Pete with this? I'm not sure. I guess was this keys compensation? I'm not really sure what happened, because I don't think my faction came in that position, but we got those keys anyway. I guess they gave out those keys as like for every position. I'm not 100% certain what happened there, but I mean, I'll take it. 1,000 keys is 1,000 keys. It's nice if you haven't got Pete already. If you've got Pete already, it literally means nothing to you. I hope they do add something to the game. I have been thinking of some ideas of things they can add into the game with that, but yeah, we'll see. But that is the end of my video, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.